For this video, I am going to be showing you how the content-aware fill works. So in CS6 and now Creative Cloud, Photoshop has ramped up their abilities to fill with adjacent pixels. So first things first, here we have a beach shot with a couple of people seemingly doing some innocent yoga. I am going to tab back in to my panels and my toolbar, and I am going to grab a lasso. You can see that my background layer is still locked. I'm circling over my layers panel and showing you that my background layer is locked. I'm going to take that lasso, I'm going to make a really loose selection around the offending individuals and their shadow. Well, you can see I've made a selection, and I'm going to simply press delete. The fill dialog box opens up. It opens up when my background layer is locked, because I cannot delete to a transparent background because, of course, that background layer is locked. So it's asking me what I want those pixels to be turned into. Do I want them to be filled with a pattern? Would I like them to be content aware filled? Would I like them to be filled with the foreground color, the background color, or another color? Content aware fill is what I'm going to choose. Content aware fill can be used with blending. I'm going to leave this at normal and opacity 100% because I want the pixels to be filled in content aware of the surrounding pixels. So this means that Photoshop is going to go into my image. It's going to fill in what my selection is with pixels that are nearby. I'm going to say OK and show you that the processor is quite quick. It's not immediate yet, but it is quite quick, and when the process is done, the content will be filled into my selection and it will be aware of the adjacent pixels. And I've just pressed Command D to deselect, and you can see how Photoshop has worked its absolute magic with content aware fill. I'm going to go back in time in my history panel, and I'm going to go all the way back to before I performed the procedure of content aware fill, and show you that another way to use content aware fill if your background layer is unlocked. Okay, so I'm just going to unlock that background layer by double clicking on layer 0. You can see that my layer 0 is unlocked. That means that the pixels below are transparent pixels. If I make the selection now, okay, and I press delete, you'll see that the pixels indeed are gone, and they are showing the transparency, the checkerboard transparency in the background. I'm going to go back one step, Command Z, back in time one step, and navigate to Edit, Fill. And you can see there's a Shift F5. There's a key command for fill, so either go to Edit, Fill, or Shift F5. Fill will open up that same dialog box, and this is where you navigate to foreground, background, or other color, or the content aware fill if that isn't the default that comes up. So content aware is what I want, OK is what I'd like to do, and it's going to go through the same process. It's going to look at the content adjacent to my selection and fill the selection with that content. And it's doing it in a chaotic way. It's picking pixels nearby. It does a pretty good job, and you can see my selection is still active. The running ants are still active. Command D will deselect. And you can see there might be, I'm going to zoom in slightly here, there might be some areas that it's a little blurry. I can use my spot healing brush. I can use one of the other healing brushes, so spot healing, or the click and hold down Healing Brush tool, Spot Healing Brush tool, or the clone stamp to get rid of any pixels that I find maybe need a little bit of a boost. So if I use my brush and I start trying to heal, you can see that the pixels are now becoming a little bit similar to the pixels nearby. I could actually use, this is the Spot Healing Brush. The regular healing brush works like the clone tool, so I can press Option, click, and then paint in some of those footsteps. And what that brush does, it mixes the pixels that I'm painting in with the pixels that already exist in that area, and you can see that it's going to take a little bit of tweaking, but that scene is now pristine. So that's the Content Aware tool, or sorry, the Content Aware fill, and the Healing Brush, Spot Healing Brush. So the Spot Healing Brush for those little fixes of, you know, some of the pixels might be errant, some of the pixels may need just a touch up. So the Spot Healing Brush, the Healing Brush, and the Content Aware fill. Awesome!